Florida State quarterback and Heisman Trophy winner Jameis Winston has only lost one game in his 2-year college career. But will he excel at the next level? Find out now on the CI Shark Tank. Our Sharks today are college football analyst Doug Chapman and our managing editor Pete Futek. Hello everyone, I am Jameis Eppler, and joining us via Skype is our NFL Draft Insider. That would be Russ Lande. Now Russ, you were at the NFL Combine, you're a former scout yourself. Tell us why you think Jameis Winston will not be a good NFL pro.
You know, it really comes down to a few things. When you watch him play, he has atrocious footwork, and I don't think he sees underneath coverage well. Those two things combine to a lot of interceptions. When I watch him play, Jay Cutler is what I see, and Jay Cutler is not a good NFL quarterback.
Russ, I watched the Combine. I'm sure you did. We both watched it closely. If you look at what Jameis Winston did at the collegiate level, 66% completion percentage over his career, lost one game out of 2 seasons. The defense was horrible last year. They couldn't run the ball. He basically carried the team to the college football playoff. I need you to tell me why this guy will not be a good quarterback. His feet look great to me when I watch the Combine. His arm looks strong as usual. What is it you're seeing that I'm not seeing that's going to make this guy a bust to the next level?
Well, firstly, I could care less what a guy does at the Combine thrown in shorts and a T-shirt. That has no correlation to the NFL. The other thing is, let's remember, every game, 20 of the 22 starters at Florida State were better than their opponents that they played this year. So he didn't carry them. He put them in a hole almost every single game by 14 to 21 points, and he had to rally them in the second half. In the NFL, if you're behind by 14 every week, you're not winning. Does he have a chance at success? Yes. But like I said, to me, he's Jay Cutler, and Jay Cutler is not an above-average NFL quarterback.
Here's the problem with the Jay Cutler comparison. Jay Cutler's problem is he cannot lead a locker room, and that is not Jameis Winston. So here's my thing. Aren't the things you're complaining about with Jameis Winston inherently fixable?
I don't know if they're all fixable. I mean, to me, if you look at a lot of quarterbacks that come in with footwork issues, they linger. And also, a big part of Jameis's issue is he is so confident in his arm, he doesn't move his feet. He just decides to torque his body and throw, and that leads to interceptions. Jay's had that his whole life. He's never fixed it. That's something that's a hard habit to break. I don't think that's going to be something that changes once Jameis is in the NFL.
Brett Favre was confident in his arm, too. I'm just going to say.
All right.
He did pretty well in the NFL.
Okay.
Just going to say.
I'm going to play judge here. That is enough out of everyone. We're going to decide if we're buying or selling what Russ is saying, if Jameis Winston's going to be a good pro or not. Doug Chapman, buying or selling?
I wouldn't buy that with Pete Futek's money.
Why?
And Pete Futek got a lot of money.
Right,
I'm selling
man.
that all day long. I like Jameis Winston, what he does on a football field. You can't coach winning. He did that at the collegiate level. He's a motivator of men. Whether you like him or not, whether you think his charm is manufactured, not very real, he can manufacture 10 guys. He can get out there and lead 10 guys around him. I love him as a leader. And also, if he goes to Tampa Bay playing for a black head coach like Lovie Smith, I think that's a factor. I think that will help him be more mature and make better decisions off the football field.
Here's my problem. If not Jameis, who? There's nothing in this draft. I'm not a Marcus Mariota guy. Marcus Mariota will be fine. Brett Hundley, no. You know, Brandon Bridge, no. Look at next year's draft, no. There's just not a lot out there. So either you're kind of hoping that Jameis does it, or you're in big trouble. But I'm kind of with you. I'm kind of with Russ Lande. I'm buying, but for different reasons. I'm worried about that shoulder. You need a shot to be able to just throw at the Combine. That scares me. That's a red flag. And the doorknob streak. You want to hitch your wagon to this guy? I'm a little concerned with that one.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you too, Russ. I can't believe character issues are just coming up right now. Hello, that is the main thing following this guy.
I can't believe it.
I'm sorry. And Doug Chapman, I will say, I think he'll have a good rookie year, and then he's going to pull an RG3 and not do so well.
Let me guess. I guess you're the same 2 people that thought Russell Wilson was going to get his team to the Super
No,
Bowl.
I actually love Russell Wilson from the beginning.
The ultimate
I'm sure you
character
saw
guy.
this
Yeah.
Russell Wilson is the number. Wait a minute.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson's the =1 character guy in the entire NFL.
I'm sure you saw him going to the NFL and going to 2 Super Bowls in his first 2 years.
I
No,
thought
you
Gruden
did not.
was full
All
of
right,
it when
give
he was talking at the
Jameis
draft.
Winston the best defense in the NFL and Marshawn Lynch, and I'll take my chances.
I give him the muscle hamster, Mike Evans, and Vincent Jackson, and I bet you they win some football games down there in Tampa Bay.
Time will tell. Russ Lande, thanks so much for joining us on the CI Shark Tank. Doug Chapman, Pete Futek, so fun having you guys up here.
Russell Wilson, what are you talking about?